Hey everyone, we are back with another gear review, and this is actually the third time that I have tried to make this video or sat down to film it. And the reason for that is today's product I have had to send back to the company not once but twice for replacement parts on this current product. And so with that, some of these shots and some of these angles might look a little bit different. A lot has changed in my home studio. New panels that are behind me that I've built, new custom studio desk that just got put in that's a little bit better for my ergonomic needs. Number of different microphones, and so tons of new content coming on the channel, so stay tuned for that. But keep in mind some of the shots will look a little bit different, so please bear with me on that. So today's product is actually the Soundbrenner Core, and if you're unfamiliar, this is actually a smartwatch for musicians that combines a vibrating metronome, or click as we call it, with a kind of clip-on tuner for a guitar where you can actually just spin the top of the head of the watch, and it actually just comes on and attaches magnet-wise to the back of your guitar. It also has a dB meter as well. So really cool kind of product, at least an idea. We're gonna dive into it today though, so stay tuned. So this is the original box that the metronome ships in. You can kind of see its packaging is pretty nice, branding, they did a good job. And up first inside of the box is the actual watch bands that connect it to your wrist. They come originally with a rubber sort of material that's actually pretty comfortable and durable. I did actually end up switching up and upgrading to some of their leather bands, which is just more my style, but the rubber is definitely pretty comfortable. So you definitely don't have to swap out bands. The next little guy in here is the body kind of bands with that. You can actually take this and strap it to any part of your body, whether it's your leg, or your chest. I've seen a number of people do a number of different things, but the head of the watch just attaches to that. This is the plate that the head of the watch sits on, and this is the head of the watch itself where everything is happening with that. So you can kind of see they also too do throw in some earplugs and some other, kind of accessories. That's just kind of a nice touch with all their logo and branding. Here's the watch itself, some B-roll on here. You can see those are the leather bands I was talking about. And you can see if you spin the head of the watch, it actually detaches from the plate. And it's actually a pretty firm magnet hold. Next, we're going to hop into some video footage of it in use. So if you entered this video thinking I was going to hate all over this product, honestly, I'm not. I think it's a great concept, and even though the idea of like the vibrating pulse isn't really a new one, I know even just like working in previous churches, growing up, they had the butt kicker, which is kind of like for the drum throne of a drummer's, seat. With that, they kind of send a pulse up through there. And they even had, you know, the platforms that you could kind of stand on that would send a pulse as well. But it is new in the sense, I think, you know, at least from what I've seen in the portable kind of sense like that. And so it's kind of a cool concept for sure. If you're unused to kind of working with more of the vibration route rather than hearing the click through an in-ear or even just practicing with the metronome, it does take a little bit of getting used to for sure with that. But like anything, if you just spend some time working with it and build some good muscle memory, it's definitely adaptable. You know, in terms of like who it's for, honestly, it's kind of for everyone with that, but also not for everyone at the same time. They are, I think, the cheapest version of this that's kind of just the metronome and tuner, or I think it may even just be the metronome standalone, is like $100, and I think these are more like mid 200s and for the regular version of this, and maybe even a little bit more for the steel with that. And that kind of leads into my biggest complaint, I would say, with that. My only real complaint is I think I picked up the regular non-steel edition, and I probably should have just picked up the steel edition, but because I picked up the regular version, within 2 months of getting this product, literally the little plate that the metronome itself sits on, it snapped because it's kind of a really chintzy kind of plastic material. And so I wasn't even, using it hard, in hard scenarios. I work from home during COVID and so I'm not in a lot of rigorous situations, and it snapped within, again, 2 months. And so I sent off to their support team at Soundbrenner. They were great. They sent me a new one under warranty. It did take some time to get there, obviously, but once I got it, I was very careful, and within another month and a half, I don't even think it had been 2 months, it broke again, and I had been wearing it half as long. So when you get this, definitely get the steel. The one thing that I did is the second time I reached out to Soundbrenner because it had broken again, I just said, could I upgrade to the steel, just the plate, because the actual face of the watch itself was fine. It's just the plate that's really, really fragile. And so I think the upgrade was like $12, and they just invoiced me and sent me the new one, and it came. And honestly, it's been really steady with that. No, much better material. And I think it'll be a staple for quite a while. So that's my only complaint. Again, the Soundbrenner support team was awesome through the whole thing. So no complaints there. And I think they honestly do have a great product with that. If you are kind of looking for something where you want a great practice tool. Again, the price ranges, the intro kind of introduction one might be, a great practice tool for an early beginner. But it's something that if you do want to kind of get the kind of next tier, I would definitely invest in the steel. I think there's like a little bit of a price difference there. I should have done that to begin with. But final thoughts here. If you're using this for recording, I mean, the vibration is pretty loud. I had it set on the lowest vibration during some of those video shots. And so even there, you can still hear it, and I had the mic maybe 2 feet away from the guitar, so more of a room mic to give like a room kind of feel of how loud the vibration was. If you were close miking, it would honestly probably pick up, especially when you add compression and EQ in there. It will honestly probably pick that up. But if you're going direct in, or maybe you're a keyboard player, or you do everything direct, it might be an awesome, recording tool as well, just because you can kind of sync it up through MIDI with your DAW. So that's not something that I've really done yet, just because I record most things live and, with microphones in the room, but just a thought there. So thanks so much again for watching this video. Hope you got something valuable out of it, and stay tuned for future videos. See you next time.